Contributor Bob Schieffer is with us. He's our former chief Washington correspondent and former Face the Nation moderator. Bob, good morning.
Hey. Great
to see you. So I know you were on Capitol Hill earlier this week. What are you hearing from Republicans ahead of the convention?
They don't know what to make of this. It's almost like in Harry Potter, he whose name must not be mentioned. I mean, I was going around the Senate, and you hear senators who never bring up Trump's name. They talk about, you say,
what do they call him?
They just say, "Oh, I'm going to support the nominee," or "I'm going to support the ticket."
Wow.
Nobody, really brings up his name. It was interesting. John Barrasso, very conservative senator from Wyoming, he was chairman of the platform committee, and he presided over the platform committee for 2 days, and somebody told me that in those 2 days they couldn't remember him ever mentioning Donald Trump's name. Said, he mentioned Ronald Reagan a lot, but said he never got around to saying Trump aloud. Now that to me kind of sums up sort of the establishment side of the Republican Party, the elected
So the question is, will they try to do something in terms of the delegates and allowing them with the Rules Committee to be able to change their vote?
The Rules Committee is going to start meeting today, I guess this afternoon and tomorrow. And there will be this movement, this Never Trump movement. If they can get, I think, 28 votes and there are 100 and something people on the committee, they can get a minority vote out. And then they would have to vote on it on the floor of the convention, and that would be to unbind the candidates that are placed. I'm not sure that's going to go very far, but it's there.
Anything could happen in 2016.
The people I was talking to yesterday, that's exactly what they said. Anything could happen. I think that thing is not going to.
Still a long way to go until November.
So what do you make of the race? What do you make of the race right now? This new New York Times, CBS News poll showing it very closing.
And then yesterday, Bob, we had a poll that shows that he was ahead in some key swing states.
Well, yes, I think this poll is devastating for Hillary Clinton. I just don't think there's any other way to put it, because now he has opened up a big lead among independents. Independents are the people who are going to decide this race. I mean, I keep hearing about Democrats worried about, how do we get to the Bernie Sanders people? How does Hillary Clinton get to the left of Bernie Sanders? I think it's in the middle where she's got to work on getting people, and this poll really shows it. Now, I mean, think about this. We have managed to come up with two people here on the Republican and the Democratic side that a majority of Americans don't like, and even worse, don't trust. I mean, how does that happen? I mean, it seems to me that the main appeal of both candidates now is that they're not the other candidate.
So
you hear people over and over saying, I can't vote for Hillary, so I'm going to have to vote for Trump. I don't like him, but I'm going to vote for him. Or you hear people say, I don't like Hillary, I don't like Trump, so I'm going to have to vote for Hillary. It's nobody that's positive here.
Bob, are her numbers going down and his going up? Is that what you're saying?
His numbers are kind of holding pretty steady as far as the trust and likability. What is it? 33% of the people don't trust him, but 28% of the people, do trust him. Only 28% of the people trust her. I mean, that's I mean, in a country of 340 million people, this is how we wind up this thing. I don't think we've ever had a choice quite like this.
You've been to every convention since?
1968. Democratic.
That's right.
This will be my, 25th. If I'd live to get to the Democratic convention, it'll be my 25th convention.
We will all be there together, and today the New York Times reports that city officials in Cleveland are working out plans to, quote, handle mass arrests should chaos break out on the streets. Are you worried about what may happen in Cleveland in terms of security?
Well, I am, and I hope everything goes calmly, but I think this is going to be a very tense time. And I mean, Frank, I just don't know what's going to happen there. I hope it goes well. I hope we have a good convention. I hope they're both good conventions. Yeah. But the country is really on edge. We saw that in Dallas. We keep seeing it. And once again, Cleveland is an open carry city. You may see demonstrators there carrying weapons, as you saw in the.
And that's another layer of concern.
And Dallas
for sure.
Chief Brown said one of the problems that law enforcement had when they were trying to find that sniper was that there were a lot of people with guns and they didn't know.
Can't tell the good guys from the bad guys.
They couldn't tell the good guys from the bad guys. It made it harder for law enforcement. Yeah.
Bob, you spent a lot of time in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Reflect on this for us at this moment.
Well, people talking about running mates, I think I'd put that Dallas police chief on the ticket if
Chief
I were
Brown,
running
right,
mate.
I know.
Very well respected. Yeah.
I mean, this guy really spoke well. You know, and Dallas went through some very hard times. They learned some hard lessons the hard way. But they were doing it right. I mean, Barack Obama was right when he said that they were doing it right. And to have that happen, but I mean, you saw some very strong leadership. The mayor enjoys widespread support from African Americans and the business community and white people, both political parties. I think you saw real leadership in the midst of a very awful time. There, you saw real leadership. I was really proud of Dallas. I really was. And I'm from Fort Worth.
Yeah, I said Dallas. See, I noticed I said Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah, the mayor and the chief getting rave reviews. Thank you very much, Bob Schieffer. We'll see you in Cleveland.
I'll be there.
We will see you in Cleveland.